we are here with Priscila Buiar,
Hi.
an incredible Brazilian actress. She's an activist, she's a model, she has a self-care line. I mean, she does it all. And we're here. We just took a Muay Thai class. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good. Hi, guys. Nice to meet you all. And thank you, Anne, for inviting me for this interview and especially for, participating a little bit of my class.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I have to say, at first, I wasn't sure how it was going to go. We've been carnivaling. We're in Rio right now. I have to say that we're all the way in Rio.
Yeah, by the view.
As you can tell by the view, this is not cold New York anymore. And so we had this incredible martial arts class, and I have to say, I'm feeling so good. How did you get into martial arts?
I mean, it's so fun you ask me this because I always wanted to do like box when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But people was like, "Oh, you're a girl. You're not, girls don't fight."
Oh yeah.
Something like that. So I was like, "No, this is just a thought." And then when I moved to Rio 10 years ago, I saw a lot of actresses and actors going to this school.
Yeah.
They're very famous here, and I was like, "Oh, I want to study there one day." And last year I had a chance to make like a testing class,
Got it.
and I did it, and I just loved it. And then I'm doing these classes like twice a week for 1 year now.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think classes like this are so important, especially for women.
Yes.
I think the idea of martial arts and being able to protect yourself, it feels so masculine. But as women, I think we have to engage in this too.
Yes, definitely. It's very important. And as an actress, I feel like it's important for me to have at least a base of a martial art. So, what if this character appears and I have to do some movements? So it's good that I have just an ocean. And then I just fell in love and I do it.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I could see you as a martial arts character in a movie. Guys, she was kicking ass in there. It was crazy. At first, she was going easy on me, and then all of a sudden, she's like, bam, bam, jab, jab. I was
Just
like,
putting that out.
yeah, I was like, wow, like, I would not want to meet you in a dark alley. Because I was like, you'd be the protector.
Yeah, and it's good. As I was saying to you, I feel like, well, I have a lot of pressure in my job, and like everybody, we have some days that we feel a lot of pressure and we feel stressed. And I feel like in this class, I can put it out, and then I go to my day just more relaxed, more calm, because I'm like free.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
And the view is beautiful as well,
Yeah.
right? So you can kind of reconnect with nature and also reconnect with yourself. So
Yes.
how important is self-care for you on a daily basis?
Oh, I mean, before my project Selfcare,
Mm-hmm.
which started in 2023, I guess self-care is really connected to me since I moved to Rio because, well, and then the pandemic, I felt really disconnected and anxious. I guess everybody felt that way, and especially because I live away from my family and my job is not very stable. Self care just became the most important part of my life. So every day I do something to connect with myself. I take care of my health, because something that I always say, we never really pay attention to our health unless we are in our bed feeling very bad. So I just try to take advantage of my health, to enjoy my life.
That's important. I think it's so accurate, especially working in an industry that's so fast paced and like busy, and you have to constantly keep it moving. It can feel really difficult to take those moments to yourself. I know for me, like, I don't schedule things in. Like, if it's not on my schedule, I'm not going to do it. So I love that you can reconnect with yourself through fitness, through exercise. But how do you think somebody who's very busy and just doesn't see the importance of self-care can maybe implement something slowly into their life?
Wow. I think that before you get ill, it's very important for you to pay attention to that. Because some people just change this mind. They just click if something happened when they break down or they have a burnout, which is something that it's very common nowadays because we work so hard all the time. So for me, these moments, I schedule everything. Like my class at 9, it's a compromise, because
Yeah.
it's a compromise that I have to myself. I have to give me this time. Before I give my time and my energy to others, I have to give it to myself.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's so important. I think, again, as women, I feel like even with me, like my mom was always such a giver and she gave so much of herself and her time.
Yes.
And I see
Yes.
now like the way she would burn out so quickly. And she almost saw it as selfish to take that time for herself. Even,
Yes.
I don't know, even just getting your nails done or getting like, I don't know, like a massage or something. Like I feel like that time is so important because especially for me, like I'm thinking all the time, like my brain is constantly racing and then the world is moving so fast. And sometimes I don't. I just need to be with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a lot of interviews where women say that women don't have hobbies. We have to be productive all the time.
Mm.
So I feel like self-care, I have a, well, this project is all made for women,
Mm-hmm.
100% for women and all the participants. And we have a few moms, and they always say how, well, exactly what you said, that they feel guilty about doing something for themselves. But it's so beautiful because some of them, they travel to Rio to meet other girls, to do a training with me, to take a coffee. And it's really important because we have to have our individuality besides being mom and everything. um,
It's true. I think I don't know if it's a quote, but I feel like I heard someone say this that as a woman, you can do everything, but you don't have to. Like
yes.
not everything needs to get done in one day, right? Like we have so much time, more time than we think, and you can only do so much feasibly in 24 hours. And so I think it is really important scheduling that time and just figuring out what works for you. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, like I really like to journal. Like I like to wake up and write a little bit.
Oh,
I like to journal
yes.
before I go to bed, just because, like I said, my head is always like I have a million thoughts in there. So just to get them out and kind of release them feels
Yeah.
really good right before I go to bed. So I'm not sitting with like any stale thoughts or ideas from the day.
Yeah, this is a really good tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what kind of things do you like to do for self care?
Well, I like to. I know this activity more as morning pages.
Oh, morning
Sometimes,
pages. I
yes,
like that.
yeah. Sometimes I do that too. When I have too much in my head, I just put it out in a journal in the morning. Like no matter what I'm writing about, I just put it out. Put it out. I really like to work out, as you saw. But I like to do yoga too because we mix physical activity with meditation, so it's
Mm.
also good for my mental health. I do therapy. I love reading. I do a lot of self care. Nowadays, I don't really look at it as well, something that I have to do. I do as something. It's a compromise, but I do like a hobby, or I feel excited about doing that. Like when I'm reading, it's not like, oh, I don't have anything to do. No, I read because I love reading and it's important for me. So, I'll just read.
Yeah. No, I love that. That's how I feel about
And
journaling.
yeah, and just
Yeah.
like common stories, like, oh, this book is not about your job, it's not productive.
Yeah.
It's okay. I just want to read this story and, work my imagination. And
No, it's so true. I remember when I came out of college, I was feeling like I didn't know who I was anymore because I was so focused on achievement and doing things that were related to my career. And it's like, even now, like when I'm on a vacation in Rio, it's like I don't know how to stop working. Like I'm kind of like I know I like these hobbies, I know I like doing these things, but my brain is always like, no, we gotta work, we have to work. I think it's a very American mentality as well, and it's just like
yes.
work, work, work. And being in Brazil, I realized everyone is a hard worker, but they know how to have that downtime, how to like reconnect
Yes.
with themselves and have a good time. And I think that balance is so important.
Yes, that balance is very important. Well, if I could make some comparison, uh, São Paulo is more similar to New York.
Really?
Yeah, because
Wow.
in
Okay.
São Paulo, people work really hard, like all the time, and they only talk about work. But here in Rio, as we have a lot of beaches and nature itself, I feel like we balance more.
Mm.
Like we work hard, but like 5 p.m. we like to go to the beach to walk. On weekends, we like to go to parties because Rio is very, very beautiful.
It's true though, and I think that's the way it should be. at 5 p.m. you should close your laptop. You shouldn't be working anymore, right? If that's like if you have your traditional 9 to 5, there needs to be an end. There's an end time, right? Like, when do you stop living for work and start living for yourself?
Yeah. And just go to the beach to have a coconut water and watch the sunset.
Yes.
It can give you the energy. You can recharge your battery for the other day.
It's true. My little sister, we went to the beach yesterday, and I was on my phone, like, answering some emails for work, and she tapped me on the shoulder, and she was like, can you just watch the sunset? Like, just look at the sunset.
See?
Yeah. She was like, just watch the sunset. You're going to complain you missed it. And I'm like, you're so right.
And exactly. See, because you're in vacation here, and you have to be present and to enjoy this moment because, well, tomorrow you'll be there working, and then you might miss it.
It's true. You never know. And it's just such a good point, I think. And something that I've been trying to tap into, and it's part of self-care as well, is just like listening to my intuition. And like when I feel like I need a break, telling myself, hey, it's okay.
Yeah,
you could take a break from this. It doesn't have to happen right now. Like, because sometimes the voices in your head, they're like, no, we need to do it now. It needs to get done now. It doesn't have to.
Yeah. I think that as I get more mature, I've learned how to balance. Because if you have this time off, you can recharge your energy, and then when you have to work, you feel more prepared, you feel more capable of it.
That's true. Yeah, because you want to go back to work and feel energized, feel reconnected, right? Like, the whole point of vacation is not to drain you more, it's to give you that energy that you need to push forward.
Yeah, exactly.
And so were there ever times where you had a difficult time kind of like balancing that personal and professional life, especially as an actress? I imagine it would be very crazy.
Yeah. Well, I guess, I'm more mature now. So, this whole week, people were like enjoying Carnival in Brazil and going to parties and going to Sapucaí and going to blocos and parades and everything. But I'm working really hard since last year, since May, because I got in a soap opera. So I'm working really hard. Yeah, it's exciting. So I'm working really hard since May.
Yeah.
And beside the soap opera, I have Selfcare project. That is my own project, so I do everything. And besides that, I still work as a model, as an influencer, and I have a collection.
I saw this. Brand.
Yeah, so it's a lot. So when Carnival came, people was like, where are you going? Which party are you going? And I'm like, guys, I'm going to sleep for 12 hours. And I did. And I don't feel bad about it because I needed to rest.
That's a good point. I think something for me that I struggle with is like this fear of missing out, right?
Yes.
Like, everyone's at the party.
Everyone is posting.
I want to be at the party. But also, like, sometimes I can't always be at every party, you need that break sometimes.
Yeah.
How do you manage that? The idea that, especially in Brazil, I feel like there's always something going on in Rio. It's like you turn down a block, there's a blocko here, there's a party there, there's a party, there's parties all day, every day.
Your house every day. Yes.
That's what I mean. It's everywhere. It's like we were at the beach and all of a sudden a blocko just passed us, and I was like, I was just trying to go home, but now I'm part of the parade. Like, I don't know what happened, but that's how it is sometimes. And so, have you learned to say no?
Yeah, because it happens like every weekend here, guys. This is not a lie. This happens every weekend.
It's crazy. I thought New York was bad. No, this is something else. This is like, you need to be built for this type of environment. It's incredible, but it is intense.
Yeah, because the weather here is so good. So we have parties every weekend and parties during the day, which I like the most. It's very cool. But, I just learned how to say no. And some people say, oh, you're like an old lady. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Wait, what's your horoscope? What's your sign? So I'm a Pisces.
Scorpio.
You're a Scorpio.
Yeah. So sometimes I just feel like going to my own place and staying quiet.
I like that. I have a Scorpio moon, so this makes sense.
Yeah, my sun and my moon and my ascendente, I don't know how to say that.
Ascendant?
Ascendant, it's Pisces.
Really?
Yeah. Most of the artists have something of Pisces.
That makes sense.
Map.
We're the best. But yeah, I think that's important. Yeah, it's okay to say no. Someone told me also, like, I don't need a reason to say no. I can just say no because I don't want to go. Like I don't need to give you an excuse, you know, if I'm busy or I'm not feeling up to it, that's totally okay.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was younger, I guess I felt bad about saying no, but nowadays I just don't care.
I
And
like
my
that.
real friends, they know that I'm like that, so
Yeah.
they're used to me and they're like, okay.
I like that. Yeah. That's really important, having people around you that know who you are
Yeah,
and know how you're going to be and are okay
yeah.
with that.
And you don't have to pretend being different from who you are. You can be yourself. So my real friends, they are used to that, and it's chill.
I love that. Okay, so say no more. Advice straight from Pri over here. Okay, and so talk to us a little bit more about Self Care by Pri. Kind of where is this initiative going? What kind of projects are you involved with this program? I know I see like your face is lighting up already just hearing us mention it. So just talk to us a little
Uh,
bit more about that.
yeah, because I really love this project. Well, it started in 2023. After I've done a series, a web series. I don't know if you have heard about it. It's called Stupid Wife, and it was a huge success on internet. So I started to get messages from women all over, like talking about my, not only about this project and my work, but also about my lifestyle, about my self-care lifestyle. And I'm just an actress, so most of the times I did not know how to comfort them or to give them a responsible advice.
Mm.
And then I had the idea to create this project, but to put some professional people with me to advise them. So I have a therapist. We also talk about financial education, which I think it's very important for women. We have exercises with a professional teacher. We have yoga classes with a professional teacher. Like everything to give them the instruments
Mhm.
to be able to live in this crazy life, crazy world we live in.
Yeah, I love that. And I think it's so inspiring to see you take your art and be able to turn something out of it and create something that's
Yes.
so powerful. And so was that something that you thought you would be doing as an actress? Was this something you came into it and like did you have that in mind? Like what kind of I want to know more about your acting journey. Like what kind of brought you to this path?
I mean, I never thought I would be doing that because it's so different, but at the same time, I feel like everything connects
Yeah.
because I started to act and model when I was 9. So, models work with camera and actors too. So, one thing just makes the other better. I can get a bigger knowledge. And then when the project came, I do everything by myself. I mean, I have people with me, but I have to produce, I have to direct, I have to approve the content. And it just made my actress better because I can understand everything behind the cameras too. So it's been really helpful.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay. And so with Self Care by Pri, you're also doing this like on your own, but you have this team that of other
Yeah.
of people, like a network that you're interfacing with. What is your ultimate goal for this project? Like how do you want women to feel when they interact with it?
The most important part of this project and the best part of it is the connections because through this series and through this project I get the chance to know so many people from all over, and now they are my friends. So when I travel, I like to meet them. When they come to Brazil, we go to get coffee, we go to eat açaí, and I get the chance to meet all these incredible women, and they inspire me so much.
Mhm.
So I just feel so grateful because some people say, "Oh, thank you for the project. You helped me a lot." And the truth is that they really helped me. So I just love this project. Even if it ends tomorrow, I mean, I don't know how long this project will continue, but I just carry them in my heart.
I love that. Women supporting women.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like when women come together, we can do anything.
Yes, we are so powerful.
We really are. Like, I think
Yeah.
sometimes the world is set to divide us in a way,
Yeah.
or to prevent us from like realizing our true potential. It's crazy. Just get like a group of 5 women in a room, even just 2 women, they can get anything done. If like they can solve
Yes.
any problem, and throw a man in there, it'll take him maybe like twice as long sometimes. But yeah.
Yeah, and it's so cool because the participants, they are like, sometimes people are separated, like they are, oh, well, I started this process by myself. I have no one to talk to about, to share, and they all connect in the project. So, you know, we are able to create some friendships, and people go out together, and they travel together to Rio. It's amazing.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Super exciting. So if anyone wants to get involved with Self Care by Pri, how can they do so?
Well, you can find the profile on Instagram. It's Selfcare by Pri Buiar. Feel free to say no and to be real. People that love you will be comfortable about you being who you are.
I love that. Thank
Thank
you.
you.